Round 8 is over, with the scores being back to even once again, which means one thing: anything can happen in round 9 of Record of Ragnarok. As such, I'm very excited, and we might have gotten a hint from the authors about humanity's fighter, which I'll discuss later on. We could very well see the underworld trend continue, with the reveal and arrival of Anubis, who was the Egyptian god of the afterlife and or of the dead. It depends where the Ragnarok authors want to take his character. Going from Hejun, which introduced that part of the world, then following that with the leader of that world, Hades, continuing with Beelzebub, and then on to Anubis to finish this section of the Ragnarok story. That would be pretty cool, but I'm not really sure how they're going to connect the likes of Anubis. We'll have to wait and see. Also, if you've seen this image around, take note this is not real. Anubis is still yet to be revealed in the series as of chapter 76. We could have other characters never mentioned finally arrive. For example, Rasputin or Susanoo, two characters that haven't been mentioned anywhere in the series thus far, apart from of course the initial fighter reveal panel. Or a clash of ones who have been waiting. We have Loki, Kintoki, or even Okita Tsuji. First, I'll go over who I don't think will fight next at all. Odin, as the last remaining chief god, I don't really see fighting until the very end. Of course, one of the most mysterious characters in the series as well, with a lot of hints here and there about his possible goals, which I've gone over in other videos. Apollo as the final Greek god on the roster. We've had that many of them fight already, with the shine even being on them outside of the Greek gods fighting. For example, Beelzebub fighting for the likes of Hades. But if Apollo was to fight next, his of course predicted fighter is Simo, one of the most anticipated fighters in the fandom since the very beginning, and one of the human fighters who has his design revealed from the authors on Twitter a few years back. That would be pretty cool. Everyone has been waiting to see this, but I don't really see a Greek god fighting next if I'm being honest. I think Odin will fight Leonidas or Nostradamus, but for right now, I'm going to stick with my Leonidas vs Odin prediction for the final fight of the series. So I'm going to cut Leonidas as a potential option out now. My honest prediction is Okita Tsuji vs Loki. Something I've been saying for like the last 3 fights now, and I'll expand on why shortly. Which also connects to the hint we got about humanity's fighter. But first, subscribe for more Record of Ragnarok content. That's what I provide on this channel. Also, let's try and reach 2k likes, it'll be greatly appreciated. So pretty much, it's hinted that Okita Tsuji will be humanity's fighter for the next round. This is for the following reason. Record of Ragnarok has multiple authors. One of these authors, this guy, has his own manga known as the Requiem of the Shinsengumi. This manga features the Okita Tsuji we see in Record of Ragnarok and his friend as well. These two are from that manga. And apparently that manga is coming to an end according to this guy, one of the most prominent members in the Record of Ragnarok community for posting leaks and translations, stuff like that. He does say the possibility of Okita fighting is basically 100%. I wouldn't say 100%, but it is very likely. On top of that, out of the human fighters who have been revealed in the series who hasn't yet to fight, he's been in the series the longest. If you don't remember, he was actually revealed after the Jack vs Hercules fight for the first time. That was quite a while ago now. And then the reason of why I believe he's going to fight Loki comes about during the situation between Buddha and Loki's interaction, where the Lucky Gods arrived and Sasaki and the two Shinsengumi arrived as well. In that scene, we see Okita have a back and forth with Loki. This scene was actually expanded on in the anime adaptation of the manga. This occurred in the most recent anime season that came out a little bit over a month ago. Was this the manga authors kinda hinting at these two fighting? I personally think it is. Even before we got the extended scene in the anime, I was thinking these two would fight ever since then. Of course, the option of Buddha fighting Loki was always there. However, Buddha, of course, would fight shortly after against Zero, then Hejun. So that was out of the question. And it just really makes sense. Two smaller characters, two characters who've been in the story for quite some time. Loki since the very start. We haven't had a Norse god fight since round 1 in 4. there's only 3 confirmed Norse god fighters, Thor being the first fighter, Loki being kinda around the middle, and then Odin at the end. It just makes sense for me. Another prediction a lot of people have in the fandom outside of Akita fighting Loki is Nostradamus. Of course, once again, 2 similar builds of characters, and both of them kind of being into shape shifting in that scene and kind of represented as Jokers as well. That's a matchup that some people may think would happen, but my personal belief is that Nostradamus is kinda too strong for the likes of Loki. I don't think Loki will be weak per se. I just don't think he'll be like a top of the verse character like Nostradamus has already been set up to be. And Brunhilde does claim he'll fight near the end. I don't really see both Odin and Loki fighting in like the final few rounds, even though we are kinda on the later half of Record of Ragnarok already. So my final prediction for round 9 is Okita Tsuji vs Loki, with Loki actually claiming the victory in a similar way to how Jack the Ripper claimed victory over Hercules, where it's portrayed that he's the stronger one, but due to tactics and jokery perhaps, he's able to claim victory. This is because the way Loki kind of described Jack the Ripper's abilities at the end of the series and how he was able to outsmart all the gods kinda seemed like he was jealous of Jack, as he has a similar fighting style in various regards. We've seen his weapon already during the group fight exchange, so we'll have to wait and see. I think that weapon versus a Shinsengumi with a sword will be pretty cool, so I am very excited. Loki winning would of course put the gods as 1 fight ahead. I think the gods being in the winning position until the final rounds does put more stakes for, you know, the future of the story, and considering that humanity actually did take the lead until the previous round with Beelzebub defeating Tesla, that was unexpected, so putting the gods back in front again would put more stakes for the future fights, and of course would increase the chances of our boy Rasputin winning as well, which we definitely need to see. But we could potentially have some author bias, as Okita Tsuji was most likely put in the story due to one of the authors. He is once again another Japanese swordsman. We already had that with Sasaki, so he doesn't really need a win. I may just be a Okita Tsuji hater, but I think this fight is going to be pretty cool. And yeah, that's my prediction. Of course, let me know yours down below. Do you agree with me? Do you have some crazy prediction? We'll have to wait and see. When the next chapter does come out, I'm getting the feeling we're only going to get 1 fighter revealed, as we still kinda need to see some interactions with Beelzebub and some other characters. And please just take Adamas out of the story. If he ends up fighting, I'm going to lose my mind. But that's everything for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Check out the other stuff in the description if you need chapter links or want to talk more about Record of Ragnarok. The Discord is there. And of course, shout out to these mad lads who support the channel via the Patreon. But that's it, guys. Peace.